Welcome to Rauta, and this time a non-metal dual review. Dual is kind of a misleading because technically speaking we're talking about two different albums which share a common topic in general, which is the Totality of Death, and these are technically speaking compilations now reissued through Cold Spring Records. So while not exactly two different albums of style, these are two independent individual releases, so it goes without saying we'll go through these two different albums or compilations and talk about the differences, which are not that many. Putting these against one another is kind of complicated for that given reason. But let's try to describe what's going on here. I don't know if there is any particular order to go with these two albums because, like I said, these are compilations and these are, as you can see here, from 2008 to 2024. So as much as I can figure out, considering these are compilations, I found similar albums, Totality of Death, Omega and Alpha, with previous years. So maybe these should be considered as updated versions. If I'm misleading you here, I pardon for my mistakes, because the thing here is sometimes the information is not at hand, or I'm being lazy or unskilled or whatever reading the particular information. I got these two from Cold Spring Records directly, so thank you to the label for sending these. And here is the track list for this one too. As you can see, this is a little bit disturbing in terms of imagery. Not that out of ordinary when we're talking about extreme music. But now is the trick. This ain't no extreme metal, in case you're wondering. This one is very, very much... now where did I put it? Excusez-moi. Sorry, I already put the piece of paper which came with this. And the reason is this, I'm trying to read this Trepaneringsritualen. Did that sound right? I don't know. So these are Totality of Death A or Alpha and Totality of Death Omega. And these are two CD sets available separately as the thing here goes. What I'm reading from this information, this is so cute to get still pieces of paper, information sheets and what have you. I don't usually even read these, and during the reviews I just quickly browse them through if there's something worth mentioning, and this time I feel there is something I can totally mention. For example, this list that goes through these songs on individual releases mentioned that some of the songs are, say, from 2018, some are from various EPs, like there's this Untitled track from 2014 7-inch releases, 7-inch from 2019, and so on. So just figuring out I don't say nonsense. But these are curiously released, and sometimes it's more about, certain runes rather than anything else. Now, when it comes to the origins of the band, what I find fascinating, even if it's a little bit weird, that some sites put this band on in Germany and some put in Sweden. I was considering this a Swedish act, but now I'm a little bit confused, like did I even get that right? But maybe that's not that important. I mean, if you already know the band, you already know the music, and you're probably not even checking this one through. And if you're interested in the music, maybe that information about the band's or artist geographical location is not that interesting. Here on the background, you will see Trepaneringsritualen's Bandcamp site, which features a lot of releases, including these Totality of Death releases here with the given artwork, track listing, and so forth. So what are we talking about really when we're talking about the music, these compilations and all that? First of all, let's remind you the very fact these are very, very similar to one another. Being compilations means they're spanning through a lot of years, meaning the style is somewhat various. Sometimes you might consider this death industrial. It gets a little bit rhythmic, but not necessarily as martial industrial. Those who don't know the difference, maybe you don't even care, but this is for those who are very, very nitpicking, very peculiar about certain subgenres. I mean, whether we're talking about industrial in general or whether we're talking about the subgenres of industrial, it can go into a rabbit's hole when we don't want to go there with this review video. My point here is there are lots of ambient tracks. The kind of a dark ambient where it just get humming, full instrumental, and filling the room, the atmosphere with almost tangible darkness. Something that I really, really like a lot. Being a dark ambient fan doesn't, however, make me a big fan of death industrial or martial industrial, even though I have dipped my toes and fingers in those given respective genres so many times. There are bands, there are artists which I really like in the given industrial subgenres, but mostly I go for releases like this for the ambience, the dark ambient tracks and all. And these are, in my opinion, the forte for the given albums. When it goes dark ambient, the all spoken parts or whatever spoken samples, what might there be, are vanished. When they disappear from the picture, I'm like, okay, I'm all in. It's really beautiful. It's very, very consuming, and I'm exploring it like with my full heart and all. Really, really enjoying those tracks. But as it always goes with compilations, it's kind of a bumpy road. Some people are gonna like it all. Some people might like anything at all on these given compilations, and some are gonna like this and that, but not everything. So there are parts where it gets more into that industrial side, and you will have the kind of typical parts where it's spoken parts, etc. along the road, with then again dark ambient where there's nothing much but humming and hissing and whatever happening. So the question for who is this for then again, like what kind of audience is supposed to like this? I would say this is a very, very acquired taste kind of a thing with both of these releases. If you have ever wondered what it would be like to go, beyond the typical marginal border, when you're talking about the extreme metal and you're like, okay, I've heard it everything. I've gone through death metal and grindcore and noise and whatever, and now I want to go and test my limits with something even bizarre, something even more marginal, and to say, yeah, welcome. They are open for field recordings and ambient things and various noise, power electronics, and various industrial styles. This is maybe not the most disturbing or the most extreme form of that kind of a genre, but those who are new to the genre are in for a treat, both good and bad. Bad in the sense they might be disappointed, like, that's so unmusical, I'm not gonna like it because it's not, with riffs and melodies and, nice singing. So even if you might be into extreme metal, doesn't really say that you're ready for this kind of music. Then again, those who are already aware of this kind of music and truly like them might find this review or this piece of information useful, that these kind of compilations are out there. This could be maybe the only one mandatory releases you want for your compilations if you're just like a little bit of a fan, but not truly to go all the collection and all. Then again, this might be your entrance to the whole variation and whole diversity of subgenres here and the given styles, be it dark ambient or the industrial or beyond. I find these compilations fascinating. They are eye-opening, ear-opening for that matter, to me as well. But like I said, I am more into pure ambient, and the more there are spoken parts, the more there are rhythms, the more likely it is it's not gonna be my cup of tea. I find both of these compilations equally likable, so in the terms of duel, this kind of fails. It's almost like when you have the kind of classic western, both guys kill each other, and there's the drama. This is where it happens. These both guys do a little shot. Oh my goodness, I fucking died, man. That's what it happens. There is no winner here. Both are equally good and equally likable if you are into the given genre. So I guess what you should do now is check out the links provided in the description box for the music. And if you like it, Cold Spring has a nice selection of the given music, including these two. So you can go and buy them if you feel like these fit into your collection. Like I said, acquired taste only, not for everybody, but those who are in for the given treat, well, I hope you will like him. So check out the music, and if you can, let me know what you like. Bye bye.